Hello, you're listening to Nerd Bubble Podcast with your hosts George and Connor.
Fucking still didn't change my name back. It's still since got an over and fucking still forgot.
Yeah. Nothing's complained about there.
No. Never complain. Apart from when you push her down the reactor core. And that's it. I forgot what I was going to say. It's mad doing it this time, because this is normally done by now. We normally
You've
home and
done
dry.
that now?
Huh? No, like this sort of time in the day, we've normally done it.
Oh, I see, yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
thank you for doing
I
this.
get what you mean. I do get what you mean, but at this time of day, though, I honestly don't feel tired. And again, are we on yet? Are we on?
Oh yeah, we're on. This is on. This is a thing. Hello everyone, and it's Never Podcast
We're on.
episode 146. And I've wrapped the fucking lead around the table leg. But that's where it will stay.
Oh, why have you done that? Oh, okay. That's where it will stay with it.
Yeah, it's where it lives now.
I mean, this week is a good, well, kind of a big week. Well, okay. Last week into this week is, phase 1 of lockdown freedom. Getting a bit real worldy. Outdoor avenues are open, gyms are open, pubs are open.
Have you been to any of those establishments?
Though the gym, essentially the gym, just for doing something. I mean, the pub I can do. I might even be going to having a pint tomorrow, maybe, might be impromptu.
Ah.
But no, gym at the minute, just the gym, mate. I mean, I haven't exactly gone to Primark. I've not been queuing up for 3 hours. I haven't had the time to do anything like that just yet.
Oh,
But
we went Primark the other day in the late afternoon, early evening, and it was quite quiet.
it was quiet. Okay,
That was a nice change of pace.
I want to go to HMV. Have you been in there yet?
I
The only place I want to go
By
visit.
the time we got out, Primark HMV was closed, and that was quite annoying. So,
Typical.
in
Typical.
the words,
HMV.
in the words of fucking James Rhodey Rhodes from Iron Man 1, Terrence Howard. Next time, baby.
Next time, baby. Well, speaking of next time, will there be a next time? Because I don't exactly know what events going on, but some shows have been nominated for awards, i.e., the shows that we are fanboys about, WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. Is there going to be a next time for Falcon Winter Soldier? Is there going to be a season 2 possibly? What's your thoughts on that? I mean,
So they got the Emmy nominations, and they're sort of teasing the season 2.
Emmys.
Nice, that's a nice lead in. That was smooth. This show, we've always said that, because the shows are like an origin story that some people will be like, oh well, I'm not gonna watch them because they're not the movies, but then they'll make more sense. It will just essentially, it builds your world between the movies. They are MCU projects, and they can expand it, or you can just for some reason ignore it and just go and do the movies.
They do feel like DLC expansion packs, like you were saying. They are kind of not side stories. I don't want to say they're side quests, because then you just the movies are the main bit, and the TV shows are optional. They're nowhere near optional. And if you go in from a movie to another movie, you will miss bits in between if you don't watch these Disney Plus shows, at least that are canon, 100% canon. But yeah, no, like you say, it's a Marvel project. We're going to be watching it everywhere. We're going to be covering. We're going to go into the next movie and be like, yes, we're totally
we're going to be in the next movie.
We ain't missed nothing. We are. Yeah. Well, there's another. Well, again, when we get into the episode breakdown, I mean, there's a couple Black Widow things to speculate about because of this week's episode. So
isn't that right, Madam?
Another. Madam Web. Wait, what? Oh, Spider-Verse news. What's that? Madam Web.
What year is this? 2023 in the world of Falcon and Winter Soldier, or is it early 2024? We don't know, because we haven't had the timeline yet.
No, we don't.
We don't 6 months, but we don't really know when Endgame finished. So,
well, All we know is that Far From Home is 8 months afterwards, and I'm pretty sure the synopsis for this show was 6 months after Endgame. So still technically
this
Far
is 2
From
months
Home
before
is...
Far From Home, and then it's like a couple of weeks after Endgame is WandaVision. So there's been some timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah.
It just, for me, cements the fact that Far From Home should have been in Phase 4. But there we go. Nice little epilogue at the end of the phase, and it was already finished. Oh.
Yeah, it definitely was already finishing.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Season 2, what you were saying. Would I like a Season 2 of this show? Yes. Especially after... But I think especially after this episode and certainly the finale, I think that if you were going for a similar sort of moral sort of goal to build towards, like this show is clearly doing, I feel like that's probably going to be wrapped up on Friday. Watch the live stream.
Yes, exactly. That hasn't happened. By the time this comes out, by the time this comes out.
It's already happened in my eyes. Yeah, I feel it would have to be a very sort of different thing, and maybe another version of the character in the title would be would be more prominent.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, you know.
I think I do loosely. I think I do. If episode 6 pans out the way we hope it does, then I think I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I'm not against it. I just
no.
If it is just one season, I'm more than happy with it. Especially as long as the events here and what the character arcs end up like. Obviously, when we get into spoilers and that. As long as that works out the way it looks like it's going to, and hopefully, we've been hoping
things will get resolved.
The long run, then it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see it continue, but it wouldn't be able to be called the same show anymore. It wouldn't it'd be the same show, but it would be a different show. It's the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Falcon and the White Wolf. well, if he lives, because we've been saying he's going to die, but we'll find out in a couple of days' time. Or you viewers would have found out. Along with us, hopefully.
Yes.
Friday night, the finale. You finish late, don't you? So it'll be a Friday night thing.
And Friday day, it's Saturday, Sunday. What?
We'll decide a time after this, and then we'll But Friday night.
We'll record it right now. We'll watch the episode right now. The future.
Exactly. We got to go back.
The future. We're going to go back and watch it. What was I looking for? There's loads of shit on here. We might as well stick on the Marvel train because a lot has fucking happened. There's stuff from like a couple of weeks ago though. They're still going here. So we had some confirmations of stuff that had already sort of been confirmed before, specifically for Spider-Man not Far From Home, No Way Home. It's No Way Home. Yeah. There's no way home because
not anymore.
We got some sort of official things because we know stuff's been rumored and then stuff's been sort of and it seemed like stuff got confirmed, but now certain people are actually talking about it.
So last time they were confirmed. Let's just bracket confirmed. Now they've been confirmed. They've been confirmed.
Yes.
100% now.
And now we've cleared that up. Yes. So Doctor Strange is definitely making his fourth MCU appearance in No Way Home and being a mentor to Peter. Production for No Way Home filmed on a replica of the Sanctum Sanctorum set. So we know he will feature in at least an extended cameo capacity, depending on the loose trilogy of WandaVision, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and No Way Home, even though No Way Home comes out first. So I'm assuming there's this.
Surely because of the. No, I was going to say, in my mind, envisioned. I imagine this is the middle act, regardless of delays and stuff, and again the COVID situation. I think Spider-Man is the middle act, and then Doctor Strange is going to be the big pinnacle,
like the crescendo.
The end game-esque of holy shit, like. Hopefully, if it pans out. But I don't know. I thought Spider-Man would be just focused on Spider-Man-ish stuff.
Because of the rumoured crossover characters, like some confirmed, some obviously not. Would you say that then this is sort of the thing that makes, in simplification terms, in terms of the film, like this would be the thing that would make Doctor Strange go, "That's not right. Something's happening."
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
not-
that's why Doctor
not
Strange
an
will be in the
after
movie.
effect of the Doctor Strange movie. You'd place this more
Yeah,
of a
yeah, yeah.
prelude to the Doctor Strange.
Thing, 100%. So, yeah, Spider-Man will
Just
just
before
be.
you go, just before you- I felt
Sorry, yeah.
like this was a sort of like wrap up. This was a sort of like, this is like the multiverse has kind of opened and exploded, and whatever happens
Already
in Doctor
happened.
Strange. And then this is a sort of like, oh shit, we've almost like we've got some things. That's how it seemed in terms
Maybe.
of production and original thingy. You go. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I was actually just going to say, if this is the middle, your way might be right. Multiverse Madness might be the middle act, yet it's coming out later than Spider-Man Far From. No Way Home, whatever it's called.
Which would
Spider-Man,
be weird,
I'm stuck in.
especially in the way they make
It would
things,
be.
isn't
It would be. So that's why I hope, for continuity's sake, No Way Home, whatever it's called, Spider-Man, I'm lost in this universe, is the middle act, and like it will mainly focus on Spider-Man isms, and it will just be a Spider-Man-ish movie because again, it's made by Sony. So I know Homecoming and Far From Home have dabbled in the MCU with the sake of Robert Downey Jr. and they have MCU isms about them. They still very much feel like standalone-ish Spider-Man movies for the most part, and I feel like Spider-Man 3 will just wrap up this Peter Parker Homecoming-ish trilogy of sorts. And then Doctor Strange's appearance in the movie, however big or small or important, it will be important for his movie, which is when we're going to see the real impact of his little cameo or role in the Spider-Man movie. Is all I was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I guess.
It's just in terms of when the production's up, because Doctor Strange's production, like pre-production, essentially definitely began before Spider-Man did, and it felt like this was definitely like it was.
Yeah.
And it always felt the fact that WandaVision is a lead on to that was almost like a direct sort of story, like a direct bang, bang, and then Far From Home comes out at Christmas, but then like obviously delays, and then Spider-Man was never in the thing to begin with. Like it was never in the original slate announced for Phase 4, and then it was fit in here, which originally would have put it just after Doctor Strange, I think, if my maths serves me correctly. If you take into account everyone's original release date of April, May 2024, Black Widow, like September-ish for Eternals, and then it was Shang-Chi, and then Doctor Strange in
Doctor
June?
Strange. It was something like that. Yeah. Doctor Strange was this year
and then
in summer.
Thor, and then Christmas for
the end.
Spidey.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Thor was like October-y, autumn time. Spider-Man was always this year, Christmassy time. And then Doctor Strange was like this summer, but then that's been put back quite a bit.
Yeah, because they all took some months, and then they took the next film slot, and then they just all got delayed by a year, apart from Shang-Chi, which we'll get on to.
Yes. Well, yes. Well, yeah. I don't know. However, whatever way it turns out, maybe because of the whole pandemic that we're still in of sorts, maybe they've had to not necessarily reshoot the whole project and sort of change its original vision and plan and stuff, but maybe they've taken the delays and effects in mind. So whatever movie comes out first or second, it won't feel like we're missing a huge chunk of plot when we go into whatever movie comes out.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out, I don't know. They'll both be accessible. That's the bottom line. Even with these Disney Plus shows, even if you're not a big hardcore MCU fan of the movies, you can still tune into Disney Plus and not feel lost and mind blown and think, "Oh goddamn, I've got to watch 23 goddamn movies just to understand two people." I don't know. They've got to be accessible from each other. But I imagine Spider-Man will just deal with Spider-Man-ish issues and things, as we know from the confirmation. Yeah, Spider-Man-ish issues, exactly, issues. And then Doctor Strange will turn up for reasons we won't know in that movie, but then, like we say, we'll see something and we'll go, hang on, that's not quite right. And then, that will lead
your ward or...
Exactly, and then that will lead into Doctor Strange, where everything will come together, and maybe Tom Holland will make a cheeky cameo, obviously not announced. If Spider-Man 3 is going to be that important, maybe Spider-Man will be in Doctor Strange, but he just hasn't been announced for the sake of continuity. I don't know, maybe. last minute edition or something, did they? That's literally just a random ramble tangent. But we haven't got onto these confirmations yet.
Oh yes, so we had Doctor Strange definitely in it. Happy Hogan is definitely in it because Jon Favreau is
I know.
definitely back in No Way Home. I keep trying to say Far From Home.
I know, it's so freaking stupid. Yeah, Happy Hogan. There was such an article about him, but it was kind of like, yeah, he should be in the movie anyway, shouldn't he? Because of how him and Marissa Tomei's chemistry, like, surely he was always going to be in it. Like, right?
Yeah, and the fact that it's nice that the custodian of the MCU is still... He's still there. The man who started it all still...
Yeah.
Like, exists in this world. And he's still...
Yeah.
Like he says, he feels like the grandfather now coming back to play with the grandkids. Because, you know, he sort of raised it and then, like, there's all new things that have come out of that kind of thing. So, yeah.
But we know, but the main thing we got from this week is Alfred Molina did a cheeky little Instagram post, and I didn't read it myself, so I don't exactly know what was said, but he's like, yeah, I'm in the movie, you know, it's official, I'm in it, and it's directly from Spider-Man 2, where, you know, spoiler alert for like nearly 20-year-old movie now, where his character dies. He's about to drown, he's a reactor. His reactor goes off or something. Yeah, 17 years, nearly 20. Yeah, he had like an arc reactor or whatever, Ark of the Covenant reactor. He was going to drown. And the last sort of shot of him is just looking at the camera. So is it going to be that he's swimming underwater and then it's going to be, a portal appears and he's just going to whoosh in it?
Yeah, so John Watts is basically Alfred Molina said in this whole thing, you know, what it's like picking up the thing after 16 years, you know, because obviously he's 17 years, sorry, and he's 17 years older, so like doing all the work and stuff. But then he's like, and then I remembered the tentacles do all the work, so it's fine. And then he's like, thinks it's going to be de-aged because, like you said, he says in early conversations with John Watts, the director of the Spider-Man MCU trilogy and future director of the Fantastic Four. We'll pick up Doc Ock's story from that moment in the river. So he's doing the fusion reactor and then like sinking it because you know, if you haven't seen Spider-Man 2, you're probably too young for us in this podcast, and it's really sad that we've come full circle and evolution has really caught up with us, and that we are now the older generation.
Well, yeah.
Basically,
we are generational.
Doc Ock, controlled by his tentacles, finally gets his humanity back and saves the city by sinking the reactor core, and then seemingly dies with it as he gets pulled to the bottom of the Hudson River. And apparently John Watts said, in this universe, no one really dies. Are you excited about Molina? And why?
Yes. Why? Because it's Doc Ock. No, Doc Ock is one of the cooler Spider-Man villains. I mean, okay, it's not quite Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, but if he appears in Spider-Verse 2, like the animated Miles Morales sequel, then that would be cool. I'd be down for that. That'd be sick. But I don't know, Doc Ock is still a cool villain. I mean, we've got Venom redeemed of some sort, but I mean, it's not really the true Venom. So...
Knock, knock, let the Molina in.
No, mate. I don't know. Alfred Molina. He was Indiana Jones. He was in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He was the guy with him at the beginning.
Yeah,
a very young Alfred Molina.
Yeah, gets killed by the spikes. Spoilers for a very old movie. Have you ever seen a really old movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Mr. Stark? Mr. Stark? Oh wait, he's dead.
Oh no.
It's a shame, really. Sorry, that really brought it down. Anyway, excited is...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because we're intrigued, because we sort of had Jamie Foxx confirmed, then unconfirmed, and Alfred Molina rumoured, then seemingly confirmed, and now he's talking about it in some capacity.
So he's been confirmed, yeah.
And still rumours of Willem Dafoe and obviously the Spider-Men. Willem Dafoe and the Spider-Man is a great name for a band, so if anyone wants to
it's Willem Dafoe and the Spider-Man,
form that band and then write a theme tune for us, that would be great.
Amazing. Groovy.
Yes, so yeah, that's the thing. That's happening. I'm really excited to sort of see where it goes. I just obviously don't want the legacy of that movie to sort of be diminished by a thing of
Yeah.
how they use him, and is it more than an extended cameo?
But I mean, if we're getting the villains, I mean, they've all been confirmed as of this week. I mean, this is surely a good 90% chance of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I was going to honestly call them Toby Holland and Andrew Maguire, I think. I mean, there's a very high chance of them being in it, surely. Because, I mean, all right, the villains are cool, and, they're from that universe, and they are acknowledging the past. But what would be the point of bringing back the baddies if we aren't going to bring their foes, right? So that's like a almost confirmation that they're going to be in it.
Surely, but then I don't know if they then be more than extended cameos, and maybe that's why they're not announcing them, or like they are full-on plot things, and they're just trying to sort of, when the media latches onto a thing, and it's like, this is happening, and then it's like they try and divert it away. No, look at something over here for a little bit, and then by the time that you find out, it's too late.
Yeah, we all fall for that trap a little bit.
We all do. We're all guilty of it, but I'll turn up for anything the Marvel are doing, man. Anything Marvel do is, you slap a sticker on it, I'll fucking watch it.
I mean, even Shang-Chi. I mean, just movie expectations this year. This wasn't one of my biggest, most anticipated movies, or even Marvel movies in general. But we got a trailer yesterday.
Yes, we did, and we got the first look poster the day before.
Yeah, we did.
Oh
right, okay.
And then what's his name? Simu Lau.
Seema, yeah. Seema Lau, yeah.
It's not Seaman Lau.
No, Seemu, yeah, Seemu.
If we're pronouncing your name wrong, I'm so sorry. We've never.
No.
We never had this much inclusivity before, and it's nice.
No, we haven't.
An all-Asian superhero movie, and it looks fucking great. Hit it, Connor.
I mean, it's John Wick. I mean, just from the visuals alone, it's very John Wick-esque. I don't know, like the cinematography, I don't know. Where do I begin? So I was expecting more of a typical sort of Jackie Chan, not parody, or a proper Asian, like, long ago there was a.
Probably
not to be racist or offensive to any viewers. Don't do that.
Probably don't, just in case.
Okay. So a long time ago, there was a Mandarin.
The comment section's fucking like.
I mean, in an alternative timeline, I think we do. No. So anyway, I would imagine
that
more.
We'd have to have comments on our videos, which we genuinely don't. I'd like to mention at this point: like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.
Right, Mandarin's around. He destroyed the land. I was imagining this movie set in China, like very Mulan-esque, in the battle in Japan or China. A Mandarin 10,000 years ago destroyed the land, and there's a prophecy of a kung fu fighter who can save the land, and his name is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Rings and stuff. I was expecting more like that. Instead, it's a rich. Well, I say he's a rich kid. He's essentially, plot twist. The Mandarin is Shang-Chi's dad, right? I mean,
yes,
he is the Mandarin.
We got full look at proper Mandarin with what's his name?
Yeah, I don't know who actually cast as Mandarin.
Because he was in the cast list and then he wasn't.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, because he was on it and then he wasn't on the digital sort of convention thing that they did, and then it was like.
Tony Luang Chu-wai, Hong Kong actor. He's considered one of Asia's most successful and internationally recognised actors. I mean, do I recognise his face? But anyway, so Mandarin is the hero's dad, which is what we almost got with Michael Keaton, except it wasn't Spider-Man's dad. So I thought that was a cool twist.
What was his dad?
Because I think in the comics he's called like Fu Manchu or something ridiculous and stupid.
Shang-Li and the Legends of the Ten Rings. September 3rd.
Sick poster.
Really nice.
Hopefully with no delay. It is a very cool poster. Essentially, he's kind of a Bruce Wayne kid who, Mandarin, he's like, live your life in America for the last 10 years, and that's where most of the film will be set. Shang-Chi is like an American kid, or Asian kid that lives in America. He's got an American upbringing, American life, and he he seemed to be like a rich kid, but he's working in a hotel, as we see in the trailer. Like, he's just trying to get by normally, and like a common folk, he's not going to be like a Bruce Wayne, spilling money everywhere.
Too soon, Bruce. Lois is the key.
He's just trying to work the second class, working class life. But then he's got to go back to, I say China, I assume it's China, where Mandarin and where all of them are from. And essentially, the rings, instead of having like an infinity gauntlet, it's something on the wrist, it's like weird futuristic bracelets.
Yeah.
It's like a tech-focused version
Yeah,
of
like
the
a
rings.
tech sort of mysticky kind of thing.
Yeah. Which
Again,
that's
is
everything
very
nowadays. It's all
Strange
technology.
in the graphics of the rings. Because anyone don't know, the Mandarin has the 10 rings of power, which Trevor Slattery, we had the Mandarin. We had fake Mandarin in Iron Man 3, and that was later rectified in the bonus
The
release
one-shot.
on Thor: The Dark World, All Hail the King, which was the last Marvel one-shot.
Yeah.
And it
Shame.
was Trevor Slattery in prison being interviewed about the whole thing with the Mandarin, only to be revealed that his interviewer was part of the Ten Rings, and the real Mandarin was not very
out
happy
there.
someone had used his name and was seeking to talk to Trevor Slattery. If we get a Ben Kingsley cameo, that'd be pretty cool.
Would be cool. That would be nice. That would be nice, yeah.
But full circle, type that little nice thread, and obviously they planted it because in Ant-Man, you've got one of the people who've got the tattoo on their neck. You can sort of see slightly obscured. So they've planted the Ten Rings since the beginning. So I can't wait to see how.
I mean, literally in Iron Man 1 as well, the group that captures him is the Ten Rings organisation. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like you say, they've been the very blueprint of the MCU. I mean, it was always kind of bound to happen. And like I say, the Iron Man 3 criticism probably was just like, yeah, okay, we understand we cocked up slightly. I know people didn't like it, but we're finally getting around to it. And ladies and gentlemen, Shang-Chi, 7 years later, if no delays happen, we'll finally see the real Mandarin. And I'm here for that.
I think it's going to be great. I think favourite set piece kind of things is that train sequence. Train bus? Is it bus?
Yeah. It reminded me of Captain Marvel.
Or a... what do they call it? What's that thing?
A train cart thing. I don't know, train cart, hover cart.
Not the subway. It's like, you know the thing that I'm thinking of.
I do know, yeah. I do know that thing.
San Francisco, they have one. That thing. I'm going to have to Google that. You carry on with what you like in the trailer.
I like everything. I can never pronounce the name.
Akinfina in San Francisco.
Oh my god, what's that bus thing? Any answers? Monorail.
This just says railway, streetcar, cable car.
Monorail?
The trolley? San Francisco cable car.
The trolley? Okay.
Municipal railway. It's not that. It's not like an old-timey one. But you know, like you have it in GTA, like it's a train just on the road. And
yeah, exactly.
It looks like it might be one of them. That's the point I tried to make. Apparently I don't know my public transport things as well as I did. So,
well, that will be a mystery solved by the time we see the movie, hopefully, and it will come to us just and be like, oh, duh, it's a freaking whatever it is. It will just come to us. Akinfenwa? No, I can never pronounce her name. She's in the trailer. There was a bus set piece where, it seems like, I'm just assuming there's a bomb on the bus. Sounds like a very 90s movie, but there's a bomb on the bus. The bus is like driving around the city, and it's like, being hectic and sort of causing mayhem. And Shang-Chi cracks a joke, and she's kind of like, "Hey, cool," or whatever. That's the last shot of the trailer. But it reminded me of Speed. With a certain Keanu Reeves, that bus sequence at the end. I don't know exactly if that's going to be before this train, monorail, whatever it is sequence, or after that, or wherever. We get, like I say, there's a flashback, kind of Snyder Cut-esque, where there's like a medieval battle-ish, where, the forces of Japan against the forces of the Ten Rings, I imagine.
China.
Whether or not that will be like the opening act where it will explain what happened and or whether or not that will be the final battle or something. I don't know. But then the only thing I think with this movie that's great and amazing and it's just surprisingly good, really. The anticipation, the excitement's gone right through the roof with yesterday's little trailer. But then, how will it continue the MCU? Like, I want to know timeline. Is it going to be after Far From Home? Is it a prequel of some sort? Is it? We don't know no plot details as of yet. Like, we don't know when the timeline it's set. You know, will anyone cameo in it? Like, it just seems like its own movie, which, you know, for an origin story of sorts, keep it that way.
Our last origin was Captain Marvel, 2019.
Yeah.
Which
prequel
was
thing,
in terms of timeline was slightly distorted because it was 90s. So it then retroactively put it further back than it is. I look forward to this. Like, it is obviously for inclusivity, and you've got is it Aquafina?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I can just never pronounce her name.
She's great. She was, for context, the new character in Jumanji: The Next Level. For people who don't see many movies, she's great. Like, we made a great team. Like, that whole thing on the train, the sort of the hands and then the double like you jump split kick, both of them in the face. That was like, wow, we're really gonna sort of. I feel like a lot of people are going to take up like martial arts after this because it's really sort of like...
Mate, it's really... John Wick by day. He's basically the daytime John Wick, it feels like. He's a badass. He's a badass. He just wowed and surprised me. And do you think, like, say if... I can't think of the guy that was cast as the Mandarin. Do you think a Keanu Reeves in makeup or, you know, do you think he could have been an interesting Mandarin?
I mean, no, because if he's an Asian character, let's not do that.
I had the thought in my head as a weird Mandarin. I don't know.
I mean, he could sort of be like a 47 Ronin type character in that world, maybe, but
or as a side character. Sorry, like, you know, like Captain America has a Bucky. Does Shang-Chi have a mate in the comics, and that could be played by a younger, de-aged Keanu Reeves, short-haired samurai Keanu Reeves. I don't know.
That would be good.
I don't know.
Keanu Reeves at some point. Keanu Reeves at some point, absolutely.
If we're just going to do an early bold prediction, because we know how good we are at these predictions, like, who would you say is going to be in the movie that they haven't announced yet? Like, as a cameo, as a main role, like
to connect a cameo exactly to the main story.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess. Yes.
A really ballsy one would be Doctor Strange and just have Benedict Cumberbatch in every MCU movie this year.
Be cool. It would be cool.
Cool. Do you know what'd be really nice? If they sort of teased... Because even though I know it's set in China, if they teased like they knew there was sort of like some samurai shit going on in Japan, and there was a guy with claws. Maybe if they sort of teased, not see him, but maybe if they sort of teased.
No, just
the X-Men are out there, maybe, or the mutants as they want to call the movie, which is fucking stupid. Just call it X-Men. Like, it's just that's the group name.
Not New Mutants. Just don't call it New Mutants. No. Yeah. Just call them by the name exactly. Freaking X-Men. Yeah. Freaking mutant. It's very, very vague title. Very not appealing title. Just mutant.
But we'll get to that in 2023 probably. But yeah, Shang-Chi looks like a 10 out of 10 movie.
It does, at least. Yeah, that's just it. The trailer did its job. For excitement level was probably like, a 3 or 4 or 5 out of 10. I mean, a 5 because it's Marvel. I know it'll be decent anyway. It's got the Marvel brand sticker. We're contractually obliged to watch it. Of course, we're going to watch it. But then after seeing it, it's like, oh, it's at least a 7 or 8 now. It just looks cool. It's a different type of movie. It's an origin. It hasn't got the weight of the MCU as far as we know behind it, apart from the whole Mandarin fake twists and stuff. It could just be its own little thing.
It looks like very much sort of like the Ant-Man of a self-contained story. Like, it takes place within the wider universe, and I'm down with that, because like after something like Black Widow, which is going to be heavily like, this is the thing and this happened, then it's set prequel. It's all characters we like know of and like have seen, and legacy stuff and passing torches, yada yada yada. It's nice to sort of, this is going to be sort of hopefully
a break from
not
that.
a full, like, because as much as it's nice to sort of be like, oh, we're doing an origin story, I haven't had one of those in a while, because you sort of had Ant-Man, and then you had Doctor Strange like a couple years later, like a year or so later, and then it was Captain Marvel was the next time we had
origin of sorts.
Because Black Panther, sort of, you saw bits of
like
that.
a loose continuation,
because it had already happened.
Yeah.
Like Civil War had happened,
Civil
and
War.
it carried on after that, and you saw the components that made him Black Panther, but he already was, so you never really got that. Also, like, we never got a full Spider-Man origin again, which was good. So the next full origin thing of like, this is their movie where they have to learn about themselves and only learn that they control their powers in the third act movie. That was Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And doing this, it's gonna feel great for, you know, young kids of Asian descent, like both here and in America, that are gonna see themselves represented on the big screen in a multimedia franchise, and this would be a blockbuster film where they are like,
let's just say the biggest multimedia franchise still going.
Yes,
you know, 23-ish movies
to come.
not stopping.
Exactly. I'd like to sort of see what it does in terms of, is it going to be a sort of that and then a straight link, or is it sort of just going to have its own trilogy, and then when obviously
he's in Avengers,
when it comes to it, when it comes to eventually like the bigger threats that we know we're going to get within the next like 8-9 years of the rest of this this block, like eventually when he does play in that wheelhouse, is it like, how is that going to sort of interject with that story, and what's the, because there'll be a trilogy, because there always will be. And like, so what is that overarching thing, like what is the main goal of this, is what I'm looking forward to, but I'm really loving it.
Right, so trilogy, and you thought of, you know, what's the end goal? So I saw a meme this week. Like I say, I sent you it yesterday. So we had Batman versus Superman. We had King Kong versus Godzilla. But how about for the third movie in whatever year it will come out? You know, probably Avengers 5 would have happened by then. You know, the Netflix characters hopefully would be on screen. So how about in Shang-Chi 3, we have Shang-Chi versus Iron Fist. Battle of the martial arts.
Yeah, it must suck for Iron Fist, like, you know.
I mean, like, that's what it's amazing as Shang-Chi look like. Is that Marvel's answer to Iron Fist? If they're going to bring the Netflix characters back, have they just shafted Iron Fist now because they've got this new guy? Like, is Iron Fist going to be watching, going, oh, you know what? Is there going to be people in the boardroom going, you know what? As much as we like this, you know, what about Iron Fist? Netflix are going to be calling them up, going,
because it's almost like, this is how you make a martial arts-based superhero.
And I don't know if they were going to just, like, it's not drag it out, but if they were going to do at least a loose couple, you know, a loose trilogy where it won't affect the whole MCU, you could just have fun with whatever it is. You know, would you bring like a Danny Rand in? Would he be a cheeky post-credit scene in one of the movies? And, you know, that's how you confirm that Iron Fist is coming as well. And, you know, you just have a fun little martial arts team-up-ish movie, or them against each other for a bit. I don't know. But that's just a fault.
I've just seen a tweet. Daredevil in Spider-Man No Way Home, Iron Fist in Shang-Chi, Jessica Jones in She-Hulk, Luke Cage in Moon Knight, Punisher in Armor Wars.
Moon Knight and Punisher in Armor Wars?
No, Luke Cage in Moon Knight and Punisher in Armor Wars.
Oh, okay. Bloody Punisher in Armor Wars? In an Iron Man spin-off? Well, I say we think it's an Iron Man spin-off, but I mean, yeah. Iron Fist and Shang-Chi makes the most sense. Like, you could argue even it makes more sense than Daredevil being in Spider-Man.
Yes.
Marvel, get on it. Iron Fist, please. Even if you have to recast, just give us Iron Fist. I don't know. That would be a cool shout. I don't know. Iron Fist against Shang-Chi. Or with Shang-Chi. I don't know. Would we then even get... I mean, there were loose talks of heroes for hire, like a team of Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
I'd watch that as a fucking Disney Plus show all day long.
Yeah. Is that going to then seed from Shang-Chi? Oh, mate, this is like 2025, you know, episode 610 video content. You know, if this is still going by then, this is going to be... We called it back. We called it. No, I don't know. It just seemed like very promising stuff. And, you know, again, we've just spiraled random thoughts. But who knows? This could be a thing.
Or dares to dream.
Who knows? But speaking of things, are you fellow viewers, tired of providing for your families and listening to a government that clearly isn't for the working man? And
you going straight in?
You come home.
Go for it, man.
You go home. No. Well, no, not quite. I mean, this is what I mentioned off camera. You feel like you as a working man doing all you can, but you feel like you're not enough, and no one's telling you and appreciating you for your hard work. You come home, you feel defeated and defeated, and you're right. COVID's kind of done that to us a little bit, and hopefully we're on our way out. But now, as after Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's a certain serum going around where it turns people into more than what you are. I mean, all right, in the Doctor's
Good
words
becomes
from
great. Bad
first,
becomes worse.
In that speech, blah 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 blah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I found a cheeky little life hack. I mean, it's worked for me the last couple of days, and I mean, I feel great. I don't feel tired. Even now, I feel like I can jabber. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Soldier Serum in the form of, I mean, you can't fucking read this backwards. The creatine monohydrate. I mean, if you've heard of it.
You got the powder. You bulk
No,
it up.
No, it's capsules, mate. It's capsules. I mean, this is legal medication, by the way, not prescribed by my doctor, but it's legal. It's no, it's tablets. No, I'm not bulking or anything, but it's just a performance booster. It's not. It's muscle recovery and it's performance booster. Both in and out of bed, I've been told.
Whoa.
But
Wow.
I don't know, mate.
Whatever you're getting up to during your less of a lockdown now, but still sort of not allowed to do things. You fire away, so to speak. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
This is the John Walker formula right here. I mean, in the form of creatine. This is the Super Soldier Serum as we're going to get
because
in the real world.
Back at the gym, ladies and gentlemen. Not anything weird. Fucking year ago today was the Skywalker saga. That was like
I got that. Yeah,
one of our first video, like one of the first videos we did that was like, a video. It's before
an actual video.
Back when we learned how to work a camera.
Yeah, when we knew what a camera was, because I mean, this thing in front of me ain't a camera. I mean, what on earth is this?
We've come a long way. And some would say we haven't evolved at all past doing a podcast. But hey ho.
It's out of our hands. It has been out of our hands.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 5. Truth.
Oh.
That's the name of the episode, which is named after.
Oh no! Hello.
Oh no, Connor. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we plan for such things. It's just,
Oh,
hang on. There he is. It's back. So I could hear this. That time I could hear you calling for me through the void.
No, you froze. I was like, hello. Oh, okay. That has to happen at least once. That's almost sponsored. A Discord disconnects also sponsored by in this video.
Yeah, if you're playing No Bubble Podcast Bingo, you can check off.
Yeah.
You can check off the disconnect, especially because you'll know when the jump is because it literally just happened. So episode 5, Truth, which is named after
Truth.
The Soldier episode is called Truth, which is a nod to the 2003 comic series Truth, Red, White and Black, which focuses on the story of Isaiah Bradley and his time as the forgotten Captain America, which is nice because we had a lot of Isaiah this week. And our special cameo, which I bet not many people knew.
I mean, I didn't. I was to be honest, mate, I was half expecting Paul Bettany in drag. I mean, I wouldn't put it past.
Just White Vision is in everything.
I mean, just for the sake of it. Yeah, no, I didn't know who this person.
Do you know who it is now?
Personally. Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. No, I've seen the episode. Yeah. Of course, I had to Google afterwards, and I was like, "You're not Rose Byrne." You're not Rose Byrne, because I googled her and she came up randomly, and I was like, "Is that her?" But no. It's okay, let's just get it out of the way. Julie Louis Dreyfus.
Yep.
From Seinfeld.
Yep.
One of the main leads, isn't she? I think, from what I understand.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, do you actually know who she is? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I know who she is. I knew of her because it was sort of rumoured like just before the episode come out, and it was sort of like, oh, that sort of makes sense. Like, if it's going to be any character, it's going to be her. We'll get to that because we'll get to the showdown straight off the bat of after beheading a man in the street. John Walker is faced with, spoilers alert, if you haven't seen episode 5, which you probably have, episode 5 of Falcon Winter Soldier. Go, Connor.
So, like we sort of loosely predicted last week, John Walker kind of would be on the run a little bit, because I mean, part of me would think he'd be on the camera and be like, yeah, I just did that to that guy. I am Captain America. Like, kneel before me, give me respect. But then, because of what happened to his friend, he was slightly traumatized, and he did like the whole. As much as this episode's called Truth, it's kind of in his case, it's kind of the opposite, because he's sort of believing his own lies, and he's in his mind he's telling the truth, and he's sort of fighting for his ideal truth. But in reality, he's just trying to like accept his lies.
Yes. So John Walker's
in a roundabout way. Yeah.
John Walker's like sort of breaking down, really, because
there you go. He's breaking down, traumatized. Yeah, breaking down
himself for killing Lamar, and you get the fight that was teased in the mid-season. That
little mid-season.
Even though we're over the halfway through, and it's episode 5.
Idiots.
Now.
Idiots.
Go straight into it. Bucky and Sam going, we're going to need to take that shield. To which he sort of like, oh, I see what this is all about.
I'll see what this is. You think you two are better than me. You think this is Steve versus me. Well, God damn it, I am Captain America, and I do what the fuck I want. That's essentially how it goes, and they scrap. And it's, I don't know, the articles were saying after the episode came out that probably one of the best fights in the whole MCU. I mean, would you go that far?
Mainly because when you think of Sam didn't have the serum, so that's...
Yeah, I mean, he definitely held his own. Yeah, he held his own.
And there's a fucking beating, and it's the whole thing of like he feels like he's being made to do this because why are you making me do this? And Bucky sort of struggles to hold him back because it's accelerated him more because there's rage behind it. So it's almost Hulk-esque where the rage is sort of driving him sort of more through the wall. That is Bucky, because where they're both sort of super soldiers, that anger sort of just giving him that little nudge that way. So, it was great, man. It was great to see him get his ass kicked. And then when they fucking broke his arm, get the shield off, I know. It was like getting the gauntlet off as well, wasn't it? It was the whole thing of like, it's coming, I got it. And then
the only thing I didn't get confused by, well, I am slightly. So Sebastian grabs his legs, and he's like as if he's going to swing him. But then you see Falcon. The cameras put Anthony Mackie's face, and then he jumps in, and it kind of had like an awkward sandwich. But was that Anthony Mackie or Falcon, like trying to hesitate for Sebastian, throwing John Walker around, and then he's like, oh, I've got to stop whatever he's trying to do? Or was that just them going, right now, finisher, tag team? Or was that him trying to save John Walker from killing him? Or I don't know. How did you read that? Because personally, I read that and was like, that was not awkward. It was still good to look at. But, I don't know. Part of me was thinking, was that the plan? Or...
Possibly. I didn't really look at it that way. I'd have to watch it again to sort of judge.
I swear it cuts to his face briefly, and then he goes and sort of, they basically do like a sandwich. But I don't know. Part of me was thinking, was that like a slight hesitation on Mackie's part, and he's like, oh no, I've got to stop Sebastian from killing him.
Would you like some world exclusive news? This is just broken. Don't worry, it's not about the European Super League, because they're already all backing out of that. They're already all backing out of that. That's fine.
Oh, really?
Emilia Clarke has been cast in the Disney Plus Secret Invasion series.
What? I mean, we hadn't even got around to the other person that was this morning, last night. I mean, if if you saw it. I mean, if the viewers know before us, Olivia Colman is not. I don't know if she's been officially confirmed, but she's been thrown as of last night to be in the show as well. Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read
Olivia
anything
Colman.
about
Yeah, I
that.
saw that.
So now, Daenerys Targaryen and her dragons are in Secret Invasion. I mean, that's interesting. I like that. That's the type of shit we need to get on top of.
Yeah, 100%.
That's cool. That's cool.
Literally, that was 1:15. We're just coming up to we've just gone past 20 to 8, and at 7:15, that has just come out of Discussing Film on Twitter. So we expect that to sort of
nice.
do the rounds a little bit before it gets sort of blowing up a little bit now. Yeah, it's great. That's pretty cool. So where were we on Falcon? So they get the shield.
Yeah. They finish the fight. Sebastian has
ass.
the shield and he kind of throws it at Falcon, doesn't he? He doesn't throw it, he just drops it. But it's kind of a weird mirror of Civil War again. What was I thinking of Civil War?
Winter Soldier, where he
they
first
get
has
the
it?
shield. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, because he's always just like, giving Sam the shield as if he's just like, there, you have it.
Yeah, just
I can almost see the
leaves.
jealousy in his eyes.
In your eyes. That's cool, man. John Walker's trial, we'll just sort of break it up a little bit. So he goes obviously on trial, stripped of Captain America his titles, and he gets no pension, and like the army.
I am Captain America.
Are basically sort of just tossing him to the side, like, yeah, that's, you did a bad thing. Bye bye.
You kind of fucked up. I mean, it is his fault, but yeah, but yeah. But then that's when we get our mystery high-heeled person in the cameo. And I mean, like, loosely last week, going back to our previous episode, it was reported that this blonde lady was spotted back in February 2020, which obviously now in hindsight turns out to be Amelia, what's her name? Van Camp, not Clark. Emily Van Camp.
Agent 13, because we kind of got Agent 14 after the trial. There's a woman that approaches John Walker. And there's so people know Agent 14 / Madam Hydra.
Oh, is she actually Agent 14? Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
Like Contessa Valentina de Fontaine Doc Ock or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Contessa Valentina.
She is Doc Ock. She's actually Alfred Molina in a wig. We just didn't know.
She's the Doc Ock from Spider-Verse. She's that character. No, so yeah, Madam Hydra in the MCU. I mean, that's kind of another again nice Captain America-ish world-building moment, because I mean, all right, we've had like Lamar, we've had Battlestar, we had Battlestar being the other Bucky. Torres is the new Falcon, which again, Falcon's like a new expansion to Captain America.
You've got the wings.
Yeah,
keep them.
Yeah. Oh no, you keep them.
So
is that an unofficial thing for next week? Is that another thing for next week? Oh no, this week rather. Sorry, episode 6.
So
is
the
that
wings
set for episode 6?
Are not going to be part of the Sam Captain America costume like they sometimes are in the comics, where it's red, white, and blue, but included with the wings and the shield. So maybe he just thinks that I can't be asked to fly and throw it, I'll be knackered. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
I don't know. Part of me wants him to have wings, though.
I feel like maybe it will sort of have like a bit of that, a bit of Falcon sprinkled into
touches to it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he is Falcon. As much as he
the comic suit is more white and it has the wings on it too. I know. I'm trying to think: is there even a Falcon Captain America in the comics which doesn't have the wings?
I don't
because every time I've searched it up, he always has wings.
Yeah, normally you see the wings, so I'm assuming possibly not. Maybe it just might be a thing to distinguish, so that then you get Joaquin Torres get to be Falcon sort of on his own merit, and then not have a thing of like, oh, there's 2 of them now, like was 2 Iron Men sort of thing.
Maybe or maybe it'll be like an Iron Man-ish thing where like next time we see Anthony Mackie, whether or not it's in season 2 or Avengers 5 or fucking Doctor Strange, his suit will then evolve and change. His suit will then evolve and change gradually or something. I don't know. Maybe he will get the wings. He won't start off with the wings, but then he will get it at some point. I don't know.
Possibly.
But yeah, I want wings. Let's do a poll: wings or no wings.
Most people are just going to say it'd be nice for him to have the shield, because he's got the shield now.
Yeah.
And he goes to see Isaiah Bradley first, and we get sort of, I think, one of the best scenes in the show.
Yeah. Yes. One of the one of the best scenes. Again, the message about the races, the racial political side of the show and full force again. It all is sort of coming full circle. Like again, we sort of went into it a little bit last week. Well, quite a bit last week, but it is now sort of getting wrapped up and sort of in full force. I was trying to think. Isaiah sort of confirmed what we had speculated and thought about.
That he was the leading Captain America, like one of the first super soldiers.
That was shafted and forgotten about. Yeah, that was shafted and forgotten about and sort of, looked down upon because of his colour of his skin. And he sort of advises Falcon to not really take the title when, because that's, in his eyes, in Isaiah's eyes, it's the image that he, I can't even get the words out, but basically, he don't want Falcon to take the mantle because that's not what, in his eyes, America represents.
Yeah, and the country doesn't represent him, so how can he represent the country? Like, who has the choice to become Captain America? Like, and who gets to choose what America represents? We kind of went into that a bit on the
exactly.
last episode, didn't we?
More or less, yes. Yes. But yeah, it was basically like a telltale situation. It's sort of like, do you become Captain America? Do you not? This character doesn't want you to take up the mantle and be your own person because in Isaiah's eyes, he was like America, Captain America. He was America, but then he got shafted on. He got looked down upon. His whole life was hell. So why would he want another man of color to go down the same route?
Yep.
But then, as we know, Falcon is Falcon. So as we will see in episode 6 and onwards, Anthony Mackie will be the ideal person to then carry this new America forward. There was a meme that went around that I must have sent you or tagged or whatever, but essentially it said Steve is like he thinks what America is, or something like Steve is what America thinks it is.
Yeah.
John Walker is the American now, and then Sam Wilson is the ideal Captain America. He's the ideal America, or something like that. Yeah. So that is kind of where the mentality is, but again, it's all race, and race, which is what the show has been shouting at from day one. But if you want to hear the full thoughts and spectrum and rant and everything, go back to the previous video. Or watch do yourself a favour and watch all of them. Yeah, exactly. Watch all of them. But yeah, we got that on full force, and it was a cool scene, important, and yeah, people I know again, a co-worker who I hadn't seen in a couple of weeks, I last saw him before episode 3 came out. I sort of said to him, what do you think about all of it? He's not a fan, but he's it's too political for me. But that's
the point. It's
kind
raising
of
issues
the
that
point.
don't normally get raised in something like this.
And I mean, there's no way it could have ever been brought up in phase 1 or phase 2, really. It would have been no room for it. And phase 3, really.
I don't know. It would have had the backing of we're going to listen to this, because it's not like they've done quality stories set within the real world and gradually built into a thing of we have the power and such a powerful platform that we can tell these really important stories that no one seems to either want to tell or are scared to tell. And this has really been sort of, especially over the last year and everything that happened with George Floyd and everything like that, this is really empowering, and it's really nice to see. And the whole the social aspect of it of is it right for someone of colour to be Captain America? And that's the thing that sort of cropped up now and again. That's why Sam sort of felt against it. We get the nice apology between Bucky and Sam. Bucky's it's literally someone was I don't really get it. Was he apologising for? Blah, blah. And someone was literally he's apologising for not realising how hard it is for him to have taken the thing of the mantle of being Captain America, and Bucky is realising that was childish for him to, for him to have a problem with it.
Yes. We finally get that shield throwing scene in the tree, which was on the first trailer.
When's the last time we had one of those?
What MCU was, I can't even think of a montage. I don't know. We didn't get any in WandaVision. I mean, unless you say a sitcom is a montage. I don't know. I can't think. No. Highlight reel montages, I don't know. Well, I guess no. So the intros, are they a montage really? Like episode 5 intro had them running around the city and like I don't know. Oh yeah, we're going off topic a bit, but yeah,
Very wonderful.
it was badass. It was badass. That montage was badass, and with the theme, the end credit theme in the background as well just made it epic. Mate, the music just gets you pumped for the next episode. So, like you said, Sam and Falcon sort out the issues, and they have a man-to-man moment. They finally, in the buddy cop, Beverly Hills Cop-ish scenario, they finally agreed to, they are a team and they're brothers.
Yeah.
Or
co-workers.
Co-workers.
Guys with a mutual friend.
Their
mutual friend's gone, so we're just a couple of guys. It's like they have come so far in this series alone compared to like the whole journey of like the MCU and the things they've been on. But it's just so nice to sort of have that kind of that journey that we didn't really expect of them. It's
exactly, we didn't expect this. We never would have expected this.
And
even
in 5
2 or 3 years
episodes,
ago,
they've essentially become fucking great friends, and it's fucking magical to see.
They have. All right, they're too cool on camera to admit that they're friends, and they are just co-workers. But we all know deep down that they are like friends of Steve. They're brothers by almost blood, essentially. By the calls. So they are Captain America now.
Oh, yeah, I am Captain America.
But I felt like as well with another scene again, another character that everyone's been memeing about, and we got a certain cut of after weeks of trending briefly. Zemo, we get his fate. We get another scene from the trailer. Zemo sort of just looks at some bullets. There was a hand disintegrate, and he sort of looks at bullets that fall to the floor.
He's almost goading Bucky into killing him, isn't he? Because he's at the
which is very Zemo,
tribute sort of monument.
Yeah, exactly, monument. Yeah, he almost baits Bucky to just end it and kill him, and you see Sebastian pull the gun out, and he looks like he's about to do it. He pulls the trigger, and then you see the bullets fall from the gun, and Zemo's face is just like
because
watching them
he has
fall.
Finally outgrown the Winter Soldier. He is Bucky again, for real.
He is. He is. Like we said, he's the White Wolf now. If he lives, because I don't know, I don't know. Will he live? I feel like there was a lot of Bucky-isms in this episode, even at the beginning in the fight and with the shield and stuff. A little bit. I don't. Can he die? Will he die?
I don't know. And he gets the thing. He gets the thing on his with his book because he said like he's got Steve's book, like the shield's the closest thing he has to family, and he's using that to sort of the list of people that we've seen him like trying to mend with, and one of them's the old guy whose son he accidentally killed. So,
who we haven't seen yet. Will he? Okay, bold prediction. Will he appear Friday? Well, do you think he could appear potentially?
I feel like that's going to be closure for Bucky. Like that's got to be episode. Like they can't have set it up in episode 1,
and then just forget about it. Yeah, I don't know. Even if it's at the very end, and the battle's over, and everything's positive, and they're both alive. Do you think he'll just be at the end? And I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, like I say, with the book and stuff, talking about Steve, and then them finally getting together at the tree and the shield throwing stuff. Is this, like you say, is this closure? Is this it coming full circle? Were we right? Did Pasty Sheep kill off a fictional character? I mean, we've done it in real
Barry
life.
Chuckle before him.
Did we just kill off an MCU character in its never-ending roster of people? I mean, have we done it? I mean, I can't help but get that thought out of my head. I mean, I don't know. I don't want him to go. I love him in this, but will he go?
I don't know. I think it's less likely now because we've had the whole thing of like John Walker, Sam. As far as I'm concerned, had the serum. He has a sick training montage. They fixed the boat up, him and Bucky. That's really their bonding time. The boat's not getting sold.
And his sister.
Sam's sister
and his sister.
Like, fancies Bucky.
Don't you flirt with my sister.
And he leaves it with him saying, obviously, like, give me a call when you got to leave and I'll be there. And in the meantime, we've got Batroc Zilliper is back because Agent Carter's set him up with...
Wait, Peggy? Oh, no, Sharon
Carter
13,
has set Batroc up with the Flag Smashers because...
The Flag Smashers?
Because all he wants to do is kill the Falcon.
we talked about Zemo, but essentially after the gun scene and stuff, the Wakandans take him to the raft.
And then he asked for one favour. Because
he says he crosses his name out the book. He crosses his name out the book.
Yeah, Zemo's like, I crossed my name out the book. Like, I don't begrudge you of what you had to do. But he says to the Wakandans, best probably to stay away from Wakanda for a little while. And
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, and he's like, I do there's one thing could you do for me? And it's a case that basically has Sam's Captain America outfit in it, like a Wakandan vibranium.
Oh,
suit.
Of course.
But we don't get to see because he fucking opens the case at the end of the fucking episode.
Idiot.
Oh, honestly.
No, they're not idiots. They're not idiots. But yeah. We knew that was coming. That's a typical episode 5 ending, honestly. Penultimate ending.
And then we get how many credits in?
Yeah. We do.
So Madam Hydra has recruited John Walker, and there's is he going to become Captain Hydra, like the Captain America
US agent of sort?
Yeah. More like actual US agent.
Hydra agent.
Yeah.
Hydra agent.
And it's exciting because he's building his own shield.
It is.
He must have watched a YouTube tutorial.
But it's still red, white, and blue. I thought if he was going to go full out comic accurate, he would have a spray, and we would see him spray the blue to get it black.
Yeah.
Do you think he will wear the black, white, and red episode 6, or do you think he will just be Captain America again?
I think he'll just wear his Captain America costume and then have his own shield, and it will set him more up as a big bad going forward, potentially in something like Secret Invasion or Armor Wars, because I feel like Armor Wars is maybe going to sort of bring in an Iron Man element, so you've got a Vision, a Cap, and maybe an Iron Man, and it's maybe a Dark
War Machine is Iron Man,
you're getting a Dark Avengers route, and the government are getting power and want to try and take it back.
Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts.
Maybe the Thunderbolts. Maybe it is the Thunderbolts. We don't know. What I do know is I really fucking like this episode, and I can't wait. And it was longer as well. It was over an hour. I can't wait for episode 6.
Yeah.
I've already live streamed by the time you watch this.
Yes, and we would have liked to think we would have known whether or not there'll be a season 2, or maybe we'll get these characters will, Falcon and Bucky will return in blah 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 blah, like we get in the films sometimes. Because you didn't really get that in WandaVision, but maybe.
No. Did you not get? Was there not a thing of Wanda returns? Wanda will return.
I don't think there was. I honestly don't think there was. I was expecting that to appear, but I don't honestly think we got that anywhere, which is kind of not disappointing. But we expect it as Marvel fans. But I don't know. Yeah, we've got to get something like that. I don't know. Just to clarify, if we want to watch Falcon, we can watch Armor Wars coming 2022. Let's just say 2022.
Well, maybe a surprise cameo. So we've got Whacking Taurus got the wings. Sam's got the shield and the suit, and we also know that Steve was already planning to give it to Sam, and that's why Sam urged him ahead in Endgame.
Yes, because Bucky said there's a line where. Oh, I read about this yesterday because I was like, it solved an Endgame retcon. I was like, well, what do you mean? Essentially, Sebastian Stan knew that he was going to go back in time. But then when you watch that scene in Endgame again, he urges Falcon to go and talk to the old man. So he knew what was going on the whole time anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which makes
he's saying
sense.
that Steve had said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to give this shield to Sam. He must have said that.
Yeah.
And then it's
Exactly, yeah.
Because he knew, you could see in that final exchange, that they don't do anything stupid. How can I? You're taking all the stupid with you, which is what they'd said in reverse in First Avengers. A nice little bit of symmetry. Are we going to get a Steve Rogers cameo in episode 6, or a confirmation of where Steve is? Is he dead? Is he on the moon?
At least a confirmation, surely. I mean, they said he's gone, but it's no, he can't. No, give me something more. I don't know. Confirmation, not necessarily a full-on Chris Evans. Hi, I've been rumoured for months. I'm here, but
that'd be nice though.
I don't know. He'll have to come up. I mean, we'll have to do a drinking game of Steve Rogers gets mentioned. We have to do a drinking game or something.
Steve, yeah. The shield throne and the montage were great, and it's nice to we get the moment of the whole thing where we sort of skirted over the conversation where he talks about how he was treated and that, and everything that was done to him, despite being a fucking super soldier, and essentially the Captain America, and then it's just sort of like it pushes Sam, like it sort of makes him wavy a bit on it, sort of like he said, but it's like at the end of the day, like getting to this point, he can't then not finish fighting for this.
He can't not do it. Exactly, he's gone all this way, and
because John wasn't a good man, so as much as he doesn't want it, he knows for Steve he kind of has to, and like you said, there's a lot of closure for like some Bucky storylines. Is there a Bucky death to come? What do you predict for episode 6? A pretty cool final fight.
Yeah, exactly. A cool final fight, and a punch up at least. I kind of want John Walker in the US agent costume. I don't want him particularly in Captain. I want him in the black.
Well,
screw the blue. I want him in black.
Very sort of a mesh of the ultimate US agent thing, anyway. Like the whole A in the star and kind of thing.
Yeah,
the government's.
I don't know. Well, we see on his shield that he forges in the... Well, it's a post-credit scene, but it's not really a scene. It's literally just a... when I heard the hammer, I thought of back in Endgame with the Iron Man. I was like, hang on,
yeah,
this is Tony Stark. I was like, what's this? I was like, what's this? Is this the Tony Stark carrier? I know, right? It's like ordinary metal. It's not vibranium at all. But he has his like medal badges of honor on it as well, which isn't just the star. It's got his medal of, he had another star on it, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it seems like as if he's going to put his war decorations on it as well and make it more personalised.
Fuck that hitting you in the face, you just get a medal indented in your forehead.
It's actually a ring, a medal ring marking your face.
What's this?
But going back to Madam Hydra, there was also confirmation that she's in Black Widow.
Yes. Which she was meant to...
She's in Black Widow.
That was meant to be the first appearance of her.
Yeah, but I mean, there's now a bit more intrigue, because I mean, obviously I don't think it'll be enough to like change the whole movie, but is she going to be more than just, hopefully more than a post-credit cameo? Is she going to have a role with it? General Ross is de-aged from one of the trailers, so is she going to interact with a younger Ross and tease him with the idea of a Thunderbolt setup thing? And I don't know, is she going to capture David Harbour like in Stranger Things, and are they going to cross over and he's the American? Are they going to cross over?
Ooh.
Or Taskmaster, is he going to be he or she, whoever Taskmaster is, are they going to be recruited into the fold? Or
maybe they get away, because Zemo got away again. Like Zemo's in the raft.
Yeah. Abomination, though. Abomination is in the raft currently.
Still.
And we know that he's in She-Hulk, so maybe she will have to... So, although we said, whoever said that Doctor Strange will be in every post-credit scene, so maybe she will be the one to appear in every movie and, setting up this stuff.
Well, maybe Madam Hydra is sort of forming her Dark Avengers / Thunderbolts kind of thing.
But another thing to even mention, in the comics, she had a relationship with Nick Fury, so get her and Samuel L. Jackson together in a room. Whether or not this will be their first meeting, or... God damn, I thought she was dead, or something. It'll be a Samuel L. Jackson secret.
She also gets revealed to be a Skrull, doesn't she?
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
She's so, there's a Skrull that impersonates her to leak S.H.I.E.L.D. secrets.
Oh. So there you go, then. So she's confirmed for Secret Invasion, too. Okay, I didn't know that part, but I don't know. I want to see her and Samuel L. Jackson, whether or not it's their meeting, or I thought you were dead, or whatever. It's very exciting stuff. I mean, the episode was great alone. All right, the actress was meant to be an emotional cameo. I mean, the only emotion I got was, "Who are you?"
I was like, I sort of know your face, and then it was like,
exactly.
Is that Madam Hydra? Is that not Madam Hydra? We don't really know, but now we don't know it's true. Maybe that will get elaborated on and sort of teased more at the end of episode 6.
We've got the multiverse. We've got Marvel Suicide Squad called the Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, whatever they want to be called. And then whatever else, multiverse, the Skrulls as well. So we've got so many things, and mutants and Fantastic Four and stuff. We've got so many things coming. If this was Warner Brothers, I think they'd be shitting themselves. Half this stuff wouldn't come to fruition.
Yeah. Whereas Marvel announce it and then leave it, and they
actually do it. They actually do it.
If not more films that they just add to it. not
Yeah.
getting cancelled. Even though apparently the Flash is going to start filming this week, and Michael Keaton's going to be back on set as Batman. But we'll have to wait and see.
The
on
logo's
slowest
been
movie
revealed. The
production
logo got revealed.
with the fastest
Yes.
man. But yeah, we look forward to episode 6. We hope you did join us on Friday. It will probably be around 9:30ish, possibly.
Okay, no, that's all right.
We'll see if we can do that.
Because you finish 9, don't you? You finish late.
Something like that. If I can manage to take a short day then and get off earlier, then I will. Apart from that, this has been another brilliant week to talk. There's a van reversing outside the window. So that signals that is the international signal for the end of the episode. So thank you everyone for listening and watching as per usual. If you want to get in contact with us throughout the week and talk about this kind of stuff, you can follow us at Pacey Sheep across Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and send all your emails to
nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
more good.
Sponsored by the Super Soldier Shoe.
More good, not confirmed, and more good and amazing stuff to come within the next few weeks and years, because I can see into the future, and 2025.
Very loosely, last thing. Again, I didn't realise how close the days were. So, episode 6, Friday, we've already been there, done that. By the time the next episode comes out, May the 4th is a Tuesday. But what happens on May the 4th, George?
Bad
What
Batch.
are we watching May the 4th? Exactly. So, next episode, we should be able to cover that, right? Surely?
Yeah.
We could at least watch that first episode and then cover it Wednesday if, schedules are fine
If
and stuff.
schedules
we'll
allow,
cover that.
yes, we're sure. Yes.
Yeah.
What should we shall? Yoda's not in it.
I didn't
we don't know.
realise it was so soon. I didn't realise it was so, the days were so... I mean, Disney come out with stuff on a Friday, this is going to be on a Tuesday. But
Yeah.
it's nice. Something to watch.
But thank you as always, and we will see you next week. And I will leave on the news, and maybe we'll make this a thing, that the cliffhanger this week,
Alright.
as I start to drown in the theme tune, is that they leaked the test footage for the Doctor Who Evil of the Daleks animation reconstruction. Goodbye, everybody!
What? I really... Stay pasty or be exterminated!